This is Fabian and welcome to Ectophobia Radio, the Paris Sanctum podcast. Testing 1, 2, 3. It looks like it's okay. Can you say something?
Yes, I can. Hello. 1, 2, 3. Check.
Okay, the waveforms are equal. We're going to let it run.
All right.
And it is 6:02. And this is the Paris Sanctum podcast, episode 22. I am joined once again by my fantastic cousin originally from New Jersey.
Yeah.
And she is joining me tonight. We're going to talk about the spirits of Selma Mansion in
Yes, we are.
Norristown, Pennsylvania.
Yes. Hi, cuz. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
You doing good?
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
Actually, I'm back in Norristown now, and I'm actually living right down the street from Selma.
Okay.
Like, literally. Like, I could go walk to Selma in under 2 minutes.
Man, that's great. So,
Yep.
you go ahead.
It's still hopping. It's one of the best places I've been to. You know what I mean? I don't know what you want. I can tell you that the place is extremely active. The place needs as much, restoration and support from the paranormal community as it can get. You know what I mean? If groups want to go in there and investigate, they could contact the Norristown Preservation Society to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which, you know what I mean? You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on the internet, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's norristownpreservationsociety.org.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for that plug.
We'll give that shout out right now.
Well, that's good.
And so what would you like to know about Selma?
Well, first, I just want to do a little introduction and let you follow up with that.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually an article courtesy of lowerbuckstimes.com that was dated September 30th, 2015, titled "The Spirits of Selma Mansion." And it was it's a really great article, and it's got you and our other cousin, Marianne Buser. Shout out to Marianne.
Oh, yeah.
We love Marianne.
Shout out to Marianne.
And
it
it actually surprised me because I was just doing a little, research on the location, and I came across your names in this. So I already knew that you were quite the expert on Fort Mifflin, but I didn't. And I know that you had done some things at Selma, and you used Frank's box and got my name back in several years ago.
Well, I was on actually our group, Pennsylvania Underground Paranormal Society, opened the doors at Selma Mansion. We got the place open. We got it up and running.
Outstanding.
To the paranormal community. Yeah, and started with the events. And I was on the board of directors for the Norristown Preservation Society until 2017. Yep.
That's great.
Until I moved to Perkiomanville. Yep.
Yeah, there's Perkiomanville.
Yeah, that's the whole Fort Mifflin story. Well, Selma Mansion. What did you read? I mean, what do you want to highlight here about it? Because I know I got those stories that'll blow your mind. But
well, if you want to, what I'll do is I'll just follow and sync with the page. Mm-hmm. It says that back in 2015, when you were interviewed for this article, that and by the way, let me give a little heads up about a little bit about this mansion. It was an estate that was run by the Fornance family, and the last Fornance passed away in the mid-1980s and has been vacant ever since. And it was originally built in 1794. If you want to tell us a little bit about the Fornance family and her death in the 80s, and then we'll go into the past.
Fornance family, the Fornances were okay, let me go back in history. First of all, it was built originally, as you see Selma now, you see a mansion, which was built in 1794. But prior to that mansion, in 1741, was a one-story farmhouse.
Wow.
To be General Andrew Porter, founder of the U.S. Marine Corps, one of the founders of the U.S. Marine Corps, to be later on, bought the farmhouse and built the existing mansion actually on around the farmhouse. So the farmhouse, the original structure to Selma is still inside Selma.
Gotcha.
If you understand what I mean.
Yeah,
so
actually,
it was
I do.
Built in 1741, and the mansion was built on He bought it in 1786, and then he finished building the mansion in 1794.
Wow.
Okay, the man, General Andrew Porter, is one of the founders of the U.S. Marine Corps, and there is a room in that house called his study, General Andrew Porter's study, is where the maps were drawn up and created.
Man, that's cool.
For the U.S. Marines.
Shout out to the Marines. Every Marine out there is a hero.
All right. So we have Andrew Porter, okay, it sold it to the Knox family. Okay, they're all family, though, so keep this in mind. They were like, it went through the same family line.
Yeah,
sold it to the Knox family in 1821. It was sold to the Knox family, or they moved in. And they put that really ritzy porch on it, like, made it like Selma would be in, like, Georgia. You know what I mean? Like that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then Ruth Knox married Joseph Fornance. And then that was the last owners of Selma. Okay, like when, through the family, I think Ruth was born in, oh God, I can't remember. You know how it goes. It goes like, Knox family, and then it went into the Fornance family, and then the last living, I forget what year she died. It's 84, I think.
Yeah, it was said mid-80s.
Actually, she fell down, upstairs, coming out of her room and broke her hip.
Oh, wow.
And never made it out of the hospital. Yeah. So she has a room, and then Mr. Fornance has his room across the hall.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of a weird thing. There's actually, you have the basement, and when I say the basement, I mean it literally had tunnels from the basement. They're blocked up now. That would go underground to go down to the water during the Rev War. After the Rev War. You know what I mean? That went down to the water or whatever they did back then, because it was still in existence. You got to remember that, from originally 1741.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting history, and one of the best histories about it is the Marine Corps founding.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that is like a piece of history. And General Andrew Porter he was a general not during the Rev War. I think he became a general after the Revolutionary War, and that's when they, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
They tried to court-martial him a couple times. But anyway,
kind of, it sounds a lot like, you think of the, when we were talking about Mifflin and how, how that played out. This is,
there's a connection.
Oh, really? Okay, do tell.
Now, when I was looking up Selma, because I didn't know what it was called, it was just this house. I lived in Norristown, for years, 13 years. But when I was looking up Selma, I came across Fort Mifflin, and being a volunteer at Fort Mifflin it's my favorite place in the entire world. So being a volunteer there for all these years, I was like, what? Turns out that Andrew Porter had a son, James Madison Porter, who raised a militia garrison at Fort Mifflin during the War of 1812. There is a huge connection between Selma and the fort.
Wow, that's cool.
It drew my attention completely. And when you talk about activity there, now I haven't been in there since I moved away, but now I'm back now. But I haven't been in there yet. I'm going to go to an event next month.
Okay.
But it was one of the most happiest, active. We had a lot of fun. You understand?
Oh yeah.
There's some stories I could even.
I'd love to go.
My dog Mifflin. You remember Sir Mifflin?
Yes,
Fort Mifflin?
I sure do.
God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Okay. I know it's been a rough one.
Yeah, that sucks.
He would not go. He wouldn't go in the kitchen at Selma Mansion for a year and a half. He would not go in the kitchen. It was like when he got to the kitchen door, somebody yelled at him and told him not to come in.
Yep. Animals are very good at sensing these things. A lot of times, you can tell by the way they react. If something's going on, you go somewhere strange, you bring them somewhere strange, and they just like freeze. They kind of just freeze, and they start looking around, and they're like, Mom, Dad, there's something there, and I'm not going in there. Or they start barking, and all of our pets have done that. Every one of them.
They do that. He would put his head down like, okay, because he listens very well, Mifflin, So he would put his head down like, okay, I'm not going in there, and walk away. And he'll go to the kitchen peeking, and then go away again, like he did see him.
Yeah.
They were yelling at him. He wasn't supposed to be in the kitchen.
Well, I'll tell you, one thing that I find fascinating about animals, period, is how, actually, I'll just kind of go off on a little tangent about dogs in general. Personally,
Yeah, I
I'm
do
not
too.
seeing cats in any spiritual aspect. I've never seen or felt or sensed cat spirits, but the dogs just seem like they. It just seems like there's always like there's just like some kind of connotation between dogs in the spirit world, or I don't know what it is.
Oh
But
yeah,
dogs just tend to
there
just
is.
be really like both ways. They are spirits and they sense them. But I don't know what
Yes.
it is about cats. They just never have really. And I think we talked about this a year and a half
Yeah,
ago,
cats
and
are like, yeah,
they're like
hello, you feed me.
they're
I want
kind
to
of in
play.
they're in life. They're like they just got this. They carry themselves like laissez faire kind of way. They just don't really give two shits about what's going on except feed me and change my litter box and love me,
Right, feed
and
me
that's
and
pretty
pet me
much.
when I want you to.
And I'm not
Yeah,
saying I'm not knocking cats. I love cats very much. I
no,
love
I know,
cats.
but
We
they're
had
different.
a
But they're
rescue
different.
17 years. We had Misty, and she passed
Yep.
away about in 2017. So we
Yeah,
lost Misty,
I
but she
remember.
all of our pets were rescues, every single one of them,
Yep.
and they had done this weird kind of what is that? Mom, I see something. Don't you see it? Or Dad, I see something. Don't you
Yes.
see it? So
Uh
yeah,
huh.
and I can understand how how our fur babies react to these things, and it just seems like sometimes they're great barometers for if
Right.
I don't like to investigate my own home, and I
Right.
don't because it's kind of giving them giving them permission or whatever. But when your animal starts
Yeah.
acting up, you got to start. Hey, look, man, get out of here. You don't belong here. Your time has
Yep.
already ended. We live here now, and whatever. But I'm sorry. I just
Yep.
wanted
We.
to tell you a little
I
bit
mean, I
about the
just
pets
run the
again
box.
because pets are great
I run the box.
about the.
I run the box wherever I am because I know I got Walter and nobody ain't getting near me, so I'm not worried about that. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
yeah,
when
and
I
you
run the box and I
yeah.
have my spirit guide.
hmm
Yeah, but I'm not worried about that.
You were
We'll
talking
send them
about.
away.
You were telling me about how the Selma Mansion was originally another building. The investigation
Yes,
that
it was.
Tri-10 Paranormal done at Nickerson Sneed House in Virginia, that was the exact same
Yes.
thing. It was a log cabin that was turned into a
Yep.
much larger home, and
Yep.
that's.
Yep.
I guess that was. I guess that was kind of the thing, where a lot of them didn't tear them down. They just said, "Hey, let's just build around this." This
And
is
it was kind of
17.
smart.
Yeah, it's very
It was
smart,
smart.
practical.
All right.
Yeah.
Because that building has been standing as is. Well, when the Knox family bought it, they stuccoed it, so it was originally stone.
hmm
All right, but that building is still standing since 1794.
That's
So that just
awesome.
says a lot. Okay, it's still there since 1794. And when it comes to spirits in the place,
hmm
let me tell you. I mean, there was. I'll never forget the time that somebody saw the face on them. Well, the first night we investigated there because we opened the place up, so we went in for preliminary
hmm
investigation.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the camera. We're filming, and the camera shuts off in the middle of us filming, and then we got a voice that on the EVPs that came in with when the camera shut off. It was intense, and there was we didn't have there was a servant's bell, okay,
Right.
and the like you press a buzzer, it went
hmm
like that kind of
Right.
bell
Yeah.
that had like a buzzer bell, but it was not connected. The wires were disconnected.
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't know this at the time. And the first night that we investigated there at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I think we're taking a break and going like outside. Okay.
Okay.
I go back to listen to the audio and all I hear is, I'm like, what the hell? So I brought it up to Russell from the Preservation Society. And then they show me the bell, the buzzer bell. So we actually got the bell, the servant's bell on our first investigation there.
Wow.
We
That's
actually
so
got
cool.
it.
Was it an
The phantom sound of
EVP or
the
did
bell.
I'm sorry. Was it an
That was a
EVP?
straight up EVP.
Okay.
Straight up EVPs.
Cool.
EVPs like we got many of them. I mean, we ran the box later in time, but this is going back a little bit.
Uh-huh.
The box work I was doing at the time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
then we started with the box there. We would bring the amplifier and hook up the whole
Right.
shindig like I was playing music, guitar. I'd hook up my ghost box to an amplifier.
Oh yeah. Well,
All right,
that's
so
a great way to do it. In
yep,
fact, a lot of these
yep.
portal boxes. They call them portal boxes and geoports.
Yeah, that's like a mini
Yeah,
amp, right?
they
That's a
they're
little
pretty
mini amp.
much an
hmm
it's
Yeah,
amplification,
but
audio
I
amplification.
said this the other day, and I'm going to say it now. People turn down the freaking echo. Okay,
Yeah,
you're blocking out the other sounds. Some people have it where it's like,
yeah.
I'm
The
like,
echoes,
oh my god,
I don't
turn
like
down
the echo.
the echo, down the echo. You're missing out on the frequency that's coming in because a lot of times the number one, it sounds like my head wants to blow up, but number two is that Frank told me, and this is Frank's assumption, and he knew what he was doing.
Oh yeah, Frank.
That a
was
lot
the
of
man.
times, he knew. So a lot of times the voices will ride in on that static. So keep a little bit of that. You know what I mean? Of that rawness. Don't try to take away and eliminate everything, because most likely the loud voices are radio anyway. Ding ding ding.
Well, what I'm thinking about the echo, and shout out to Danny Roberge, the Echo Box.
Oh yeah.
It's a great tool. It's still, people still use it. I still have the original app from a long time ago, and it still works. And it's still I still use it sometimes just to try to get direct EVP replies, and I've gotten some over the years. And the Echo
and Echo Box is different.
Well, no, that's what I was going to say.
Danny's a musician.
Yeah,
Danny's a musician, so he knew how to do it.
Right. Well, I'm just saying that on there you have the option for Echo, and I never use it. So
I know.
And because it works better without all that, the reverb is okay. You can cut up the reverb a little bit, but the Echo definitely, I totally agree with you on that. Based on my trials and errors with, just or off.
People got it too loud.
Yeah.
Loud. It's too loud. Like too much echo. It just takes away from things. It's like hello.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's debatable.
Like
a little shout out here if you want to the audience. If you want to call in, it's 423-523-9901. That's 423-523-9901. If you disagree with us on the echo, or you want to chime in about the history, I'll be happy to add you to the conversation. And hey, Lisa, is there any way you can get Dawn on your phone? You can't because you have her call you and then merge. But if you can, I guess
she's
Dawn.
Listening.
Hi, Dawn! Shout out to Dawn. I know Dawn.
Shout out to Donnie.
Yeah,
Dawn Marie Morano. If you're listening, call me because I don't know if she's awake. She might be either awake. Wait, because she works nights, so she works all night.
Oh no, it's me.
Yeah.
I'm a truck driver all night, 6 days a week, so I can totally relate. Yeah, no, that's fine. I didn't mean to put her on the spot, but Marianne, we love Marianne too. Marianne is in the story, and Marianne's. If she doesn't mind, I'm gonna say a little thing that the Lower Bucks Times had said. She made some really good points in here. So, but actually, let me ask you a question. Excuse me. In the article, the 2015 article by Lower Bucks Times, it says that you felt the presence of Mrs. Fornance as you spent 8 days alone there, stripping the floor and straightening up other parts of the house. I got a question. It says, this was your quote, "I stood up when I was done, and a woman in my ear said, 'It shines.' I froze.
I remember that.
It wasn't coming from anywhere, but it was right in my ear." Quote unquote. Can you elaborate on that statement from 2015 to the Bucks Times?
So my dog Selma Miflin's voice, was in heat. So for 8 days, I went to Selma Mansion with Mifflin to separate the two.
I got you.
So while I was working there, I figured I'm going to work and clean and do everything there and just bring the dog with me.
Right.
Okay, he wouldn't go in the kitchen though. Okay, but so I went over there and I remember getting up. And I just remember standing. I remember it was in the couch room, which was on the second floor.
Right.
And I got up and I heard, "It shines." I was cleaning that day. So, it kind of makes sense that they said that because I was scouring the kitchen, doing all. It shines, and from the voice I heard,
right,
and from the voices, Mrs. Ruth, we call her Auntie Ruth. Okay, that's what we got to calling her after a while. Okay,
gotcha.
She was very vocal on EVP, very vocal on the Frank's box, extremely vocal. I still talk to Mrs. Fornance to this day.
Cool.
So go, "It's Ruth." I swear to you.
Oh, that's
Ruth.
wicked.
I was in the Poconos running the box. I put the box on, and I'm talking to Walter, and all of a sudden I hear, "It's Ruth." I'm like, "Oh, hey."
What's up, Ruth?
How you doing? Yep. And
what you doing here?
They I'm still able to communicate no matter where I am with the spirits themselves.
Oh, well, I believe in free will choice on spirit, so
yes,
that's
okay,
absolutely
and that's a good talking point. That it shines was not the only thing that happened to me during that. I don't know if I put this in the article or not because I haven't looked over it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being on the couch. No, on the cot. I brought the cot that day.
Mm-hmm.
On the cot. Maybe this was a different time. I spent a lot of nights there, but I was on the cot, and I had the door. I'm in Mr. Fornance's room, and there's so I had the door cracked with the hall light on, and it's the landing, the bathroom to the left, and Mrs. Fornance's room was across the hall, then another bedroom to the right. The servants' stairs are on the right. Okay, I'm alone, and I see a man dressed all in black like a butler or something, or I don't know, 1800s clothes. We'll just put it that way. Walk right, a tall man, by the way, taller than me. I'm short, so at least 5'10". All right, walk past Mr. Fornance's door and head towards the bathroom.
Wow.
I almost fell out the cot because I don't see nothing. Now, mind you, I don't have anything running at this point. You know what I mean? I'm getting ready to go to bed.
Right.
I get up, I creep around like an idiot. I'm creeping around. There is nobody anywhere to be found. Nobody.
It's always like that. It seems like it always. It just drives you nuts.
And another time, I mean, we always Thomas Knox. He's grumpy. That's what we always said. Thomas Knox would talk to us. That's the owner from 1821. He would talk to us, and when we went to the basement, he was the grumpy man.
Yeah.
But we were talking about dogs before. All right. Selma, when she was a puppy, we took her to Selma because that's her name. Okay. She was named Selma Emma Porter after the mansion. All right. And she was still young, and she was running amok, Selma, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we hear the basement door slam.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, where is Selma? Man. I'm like, where did she go? Now, mind you, there was nothing that could have caught the door to pull it closed, right?
Yeah.
I opened the basement door. She's downstairs in the corner shaking. She got yelled at, I imagine. She was running amok. She would not stop running around the house. They put her in the base. She was in the corner shaking. I'm like, Selma. She's like, she was like just sitting there like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. So I brought her back upstairs. She didn't learn her lesson, okay?
Yeah.
About, I don't know, a couple weeks later, she's running amok again. I'm like, Selma, knock it off, stay still. Because she's still a puppy, so she's greeting everybody. She's just running. And all of a sudden, we hear the study door to Andrew Porter's study. The door closed. He finds Selma sitting in the club. Like, you need to stop running amok, okay?
Well, it sounds to me like Selma was having a ball. No wonder you named her Selma.
Oh, my God, I know she was. And Mrs. Fornance did have dogs. Ruth had a German Shepherd, from what I could tell from the photos. So, you know what I mean? There's always things, but Selma's just like, Mifflin was just more coy and quiet. Yeah. Selma was like, I'm going to barrel through everything. Okay, I want to go see everything. I want to sniff the house. I want to, you know what I mean? Just all that kind of stuff. Greet the people that come in, whatever. Sir Mifflin was raised at Fort Mifflin, literally. When he was 10 weeks old, he started going there. And he was literally raised there. And when people come in, when he was little, they would, say hi to him when he was in the office with me. And then as he got older, he laid in front of the door and people used to have to walk over him.
Did you? Those are good. I'll tell you what, the pets, if you do have the opportunity to have them at a location, and some people use the dogs. And some people use cats too, and they use them as barometers, and they claim they're pretty good. But I noticed Marianne, our cousin Marianne Buser, here's something that she had said. I want to get what you think about it. It said that Marianne had said she met Miss Fornance during a Halloween event at the house, and that she was dressed for a living history performance and had wandered to the second floor. And then Marianne apparently heard something say to her, I like the feathers, I like the hat. And it was a woman's voice, and she thought someone there was teasing her, but no one else was on the floor. Do you remember her telling you about that?
Oh, I know that story. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, because we were at the living history that was then. Yeah, oh, wow. I remember. I remember it well, and it's true, and it's the same voice, I believe, as it shines.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
When we compared, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so
she was
she was the main
and when I
spirit.
when I heard Ruth Fornance, Ruth Okay, and Ellen Knox too. We've heard from too. That would be um, Ellen Knox. Well, I've got a whole history lesson here, so this is hard. But anyway, the Knox family we've heard, and Ruth. But Ruth seemed to love Marianne
Right.
and me. You know what? And the kids, Jade, Mikey. You know what? They definitely loved everybody that went to Selma. Like the regular people that were in there, she would communicate. She was more up to date, and you could tell the difference in speech from a communication from the 80s to the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? Just by the way they speak alone.
Yeah, I know. And I remember you telling me, like, when you get these replies, I remember you telling me years ago when you were using the Frank's box, a lot of times you get these replies that are out of time. They're not replies of modern English, but some of them are old, kind of like the reply is something that someone actually would have said in life at that time in history. And I think that it's really cool that the spirit recognized Marianne and had noticed that she was dressed, period, for the time, and that the spirit approved. So that's just really cool, and I love that. And I also wanted to ask you another question. In the article, it says that you guys don't agree with the word being the context of the word haunted, because y'all preferred to use the phrase spiritually active, and I like that too. That actually haunted is a negative kind of a negative tag on a lot of stuff because it's been abused. But
it's been way too abused. It's been like when we go to our take on it when we went to Selma. Okay, when we go to Selma, went to Selma, it was more like they could come back and talk to us whenever they wanted. Now, wherever they are, I don't know. Whenever I ask them, they just say right here. That doesn't help me any.
Exactly.
All right. But whenever they could come back, they don't have to be grounded to a house. People are mistaking that. They could be spiritually attached to the place, have a good affection to the place. You know what I mean? It's not always haunted.
Yeah, it's not
always haunted.
It's just like active, like haunted. I don't have a like a thesaurus or dictionary or anything in front of me or I mean I got Google, but I'm not going to do all that and interrupt the show. But I can understand why people would look at the word haunted. When you think haunted, it's like
it's
infested, like an infestation versus a presence.
Right. And a presence, you know what? And when people, I always said my favorite line is, if you're looking for a demon, you're going to find one.
Oh, no doubt. And this whole demon stuff. Let me interject. Can I interject for a minute?
Yeah.
Oh, here it comes. I wouldn't have thought of this if you hadn't said that. Great. I'm glad you said this because I'm just going to get your opinion while I'm rambling.
Right.
The demon thing. Okay, look. Okay, we know there's demons. Demons to everyone is cool. They're the shiny object in the room, etc. ad infinitum. Everybody wants to gravitate toward demon. It makes it more interesting. It sells more tickets. Whatever. Okay, fine. Whatever.
Right.
But calling every negative feeling a demon is bullshit. There are negative human. It's not just inhuman. There's negative human spirits. And there's
negative humans.
That's what I'm saying. There's negative human beings that bring their aura or whatever you want to call it, their energy, their negative energy into a place, and then they go to the next level and start provoking. That's the word I'm looking for.
That's no. We didn't allow that at the fort either.
You should not provoke anything that you don't understand.
No.
Period. That's my opinion. I'm sure there's a lot of people. That's sort of like in line with the whole Ouija thing. I mean, I know everybody says, it's just a game from Milton Bradley. I've seen them. Okay. In 1979, I actually saw a planchard fly off a table. So do not tell me that they cannot interact with that because it was made by Milton Bradley. I call
it's
horseshit on that.
It's an oracle.
Right.
You know what I mean? Of something that you can use.
Yeah, you can use anything.
I did it when I was young.
You can use anything.
When I was young.
As a.
Wait.
Huh?
Fabian?
Yes.
When I was
Go ahead. I'm letting you talk.
I'm
I'm being quiet so you can talk.
Present.
Okay.
I was 8 years old. For my 8th Christmas present, my Christmas present was a Ouija board.
Oh, brother.
My mom got it for me for Christmas.
Lovely.
So no, I told you, very open paranormal family.
Oh, wait, I remember this. Tell me about it. Go ahead, tell everyone.
Yeah, see, when I was little, I used to see a little boy, and he grew with me. He used to talk to me in my room. He used to sit there, so in the corner, so I called him Eversit. Okay, he'd sit there in the corner. I talked to him. My mom would ask me what he said, and I'd tell her, and then she'd ask me to ask him something, and I'd look at her like she was nuts. Okay, but he grew with me.
Right.
Okay, and so 8 years old, she was like, okay, let's try this. Okay, and then she got scared and burnt the first one and bought me another one because she figured it was all right. Wait a minute,
right?
Seriously, not lying.
Right.
All right, but then as I grew, he grew with me, and then I stopped seeing him when my parents divorced. It was traumatic, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my best friend had died. I was 14, and I was just angry at everything.
Well, that's what happens. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I've been there. I know.
So then I started to dream about him. But as I grew, he grew. And as I grew, he grew with me. And his name is Walter.
Walter has connected to both of us.
He has been with me my entire life.
And what an amazing... let me tell you something. I've never felt Walter. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sweetie. You were talking. I interrupted.
I remember everything about what he looked like when I was little and how he grew. And then when I got older and I dreamt of him, I know what he looks like. I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know if I see a tall person, like, or a glance or a white shadow, then I know it's him. Usually it's white. You know what I mean? Like when he
I know. Grays or white. Yeah.
Him. Walter's been with you too. Walter makes his rounds.
And that's what I was going to say. And I didn't want to interrupt you, but I just wanted to make sure I was putting it in while you were talking about it. And there's a little bit of a delay. So if I step over you a little bit, it's where I've been adjusting and it's actually just about right. There's a little bit of a delay, but I'm fine with you. I can like da 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 Fabian da da da, and now you can talk. But here it is. Again, a shout out to Rhonda Caudill and Ricky Caudill and Dee Dee Holmes and the great crew over there at the Nickerson Sneed House. I know I keep going back to that, but that was our last investigation. So yeah, it's the go-to. Okay. When we were there, and I got the Ovilus 5B out, and we were doing the red room there, where the doctor amputated the limbs of the soldiers. By the way, they served both. I'm pretty sure they served Confederate and Union in that. It was a field hospital, so they and in that room when I was in there asking, it immediately as soon as we turned the Ovilus 5B on, it's like. It said Walter, and I'm like, well, what's up, Walter? Because okay, and it was like there's other words. I was
going to send him that night with you,
and I sent it to you immediately. I'm like, guess who got a hold of me? He was protecting me, I guess.
He listened. He came through. I did another shout out to Roni and Todd Wayne. Okay.
Hey, Ronnie,
they did a live box thing online, and I'm sitting there going, Walter, go in there, Walter, go, and he came through.
Right.
I didn't tell them, but he came through. He came through on their live box session.
Wow, that's great.
Okay, so he gets around. He works. I don't know what he does. He works with spirits. That's all I know.
Well, people will say, well, Walter's a common name. Yeah, so was Joe and John and Smith, and I got Walter, so you do what you want.
Yeah,
but we both know that Walter, and this ain't the only time. Can I go ahead and ask you about the time that you were doing a Frank's Box session, and you had asked about me. You had asked Walter about me. So Walter, back in 16 or 14?
Yep, I think so.
It's been a while back, but...
Somewhere.
You had you were like doing a session, and you had asked a question. Can you go ahead and tell everybody about that? About me, how it involved me and Walter?
Actually, I could do better. I'll send you it because I have it somewhere.
I do
too. Send it to you, but it was a message for Cousin Fabian.
Yeah,
remember?
That's it. Yes, that's what
I can't remember what the message was, but it was for you.
It was something about truck driving. You had told the message said something about truck driving, something about trucking or something.
It was a message direct. I got it somewhere.
I
either
did
on
too.
YouTube or in my files. I think it's on YouTube.
Yeah, you got it on your. I'm pretty sure it's on Pup's YouTube.
Yep, it's on the. Yep. and I will get that to you. But I can't remember what the direct message was because he talks so much. But like he'll, if I ask him, he'll give a direct message, of like directly, and he did. He knows who you are, and then he showed up at your event. Okay, and Walter's really not that common of a name anymore.
Not really, no.
You know, no, it's pretty an older. You know what I mean? An older name. You know, but he did. He showed up. He gave you a message. And I'll hear your name. Like, I turned on the box. Now, I got a friend on Facebook. His name is Dane. I don't know if he's listening, but hi, Dane, if you're listening. Okay?
Hello, Dane.
I turned on the box the other day, and I'm running it, and I'm recording it, thankfully. It was like, Dane. I was like, what?
Wow.
I'm like, and then it was like,
great.
That's a good guy. That's what it said. I said,
I know. You know what? It just cracks me up. You know how people say, well, you know, it's all in your head and everything. Not when they're coming through with complete sentences and they're addressing whatever they're addressing what you're actually going through or talking about. I mean, not everything is an EVP, but everything that is I don't believe in coincidence. So everything that you can, I guess, directly attribute to what's going on. If you're not going to say it's real, but you need to take another look at it and analyze it and go through Audacity or whatever, check it out, run a low pass, see if you can get anything below the so many hertz of the human voice. That's a really good way to find out if there's something else going on.
And slow it down.
Slow it down. Very
and reverse
good
it as well. Always slow it. Frank taught me this. Slow it down and reverse your clip.
Reverse. That's
when
one.
You get something.
Yes.
Frank said reverse it sometimes. Especially if you can't make out what they're saying. Like if it sounds like, and you're like, what the hell is that saying? Try
and then you reverse it. And also, don't always expect it to be in English because I've gotten them in Spanish, I've gotten them in German, I've gotten them in French, and other languages that I have no idea what they are.
Look, I did an experiment with Dawn. Dawn and I did many experiments with the box, but we decided to take it. Well, Dawn wasn't with me when I went to Boston with it, but she was with me when we went to Salem. Okay, so basically it's still Massachusetts. We took the box to Kentucky. We took the box to Massachusetts. We took the box to Ohio. We took the box to Erie, Pennsylvania, to the port, to here, to Jersey, to New York. Do you understand? Like a bunch of places, and still got Walter. So you can't attribute it to a local radio station.
No.
That was a very important test for us.
Right.
When we took it out of state, especially out of state, to get the same voice, the same name, and saying our names to boot. All right, like, Lisa, Dawn, she's got her guy's name is Bennett, and he's always talking to me.
Oh, I didn't know she had a guide. She's got a guide?
Yep, her guide's name is Bennett.
Cool.
And Bennett will come through to me and say, Dawn.
That's
the other day.
Cool.
All right, like, yep. But like, she has her guide. They all seem to know each other. I don't know what goes on the other side, but it must be awful fun. And I have William, too. Now, William H. Howe, the one from Fort Mifflin, is not a goat. I want to make this imperatively known. He can speak to you at Fort Mifflin, but he is in no way, shape, or form a trapped ghost nor murderer. Okay? And people do not need to be provoking him because they're not getting him. They're getting the other grumpy guy. Okay? He's not. He's a spirit who's definitely willing to speak, but not willing to, he's not stuck. Get what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no, we had actually talked about this April before last.
He's with Walter, with me. Walter William are both my guides.
Exactly.
He helps with Walter. But he's with Walter. You understand? Like, they seem to be a team. Well, so he can talk to anybody. Just don't provoke him at Fort Mifflin.
Well, you shouldn't provoke any of them. Let's say that you're somewhere where there's a little bit more than the human spirit aspect to it. And you start provoking, and you start smelling sulfur, and start feeling really sick. And those are usually signs that you have really made a big mistake. And, the fascinating thing about the whole negative, I mean, you truly do. This is what I believe, okay? I'm not trying to change anyone else's mind, but I'll let you know what I believe about you go into something negative, you bring in negative, that's exactly what you're going to get. You go in positive, you're respectful. Like at Nickerson Sneed, we were respectful and kind and polite. And actually, the moment I walked in there, we were welcomed in there. I was welcomed in there. I was the first one to go in.
Yep.
And because I went in there and I said what we were going to do. I said, I don't know which one of y'all are in here, but I'm going to let you know now. We're coming in here and we're going to be kind and polite. And it was right after I'd seen the blue lady. They call her the blue lady,
Right.
and
Right. Right.
she had stopped, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye. It had stopped. It was just stopped there, and I knew it was there. And I told Dee Dee, the sister of the woman who owns the Nickerson Sneed, now bed and breakfast. It's going to be a bed and breakfast in September, and it's actually looking really good.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The spirit had stopped, and I knew that it had stopped. So I announced my intention immediately, and I said, we're not here to do anything negative. We just want to talk to you, and we would like to have the opportunity to spend some time with you. And then it went on. And then that whole night, that whole investigation, my psychic disagreed, but she's got a better antenna than I do. Kimberly, shout out to Kimberly Marshall, our psychic. But to me, I just had this wonderful feeling that we were welcome there, and it was a very welcoming and curious. They were very curious about us, and
I'm going to ask you a question.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
I'm going to tell you something.
Okay. Sure.
I'm going to tell you the most profound ghost box clip I ever got. A box was made by Glenn Orwin. Shout out to you. He had made one on a boom box, like you know what I mean, a work radio box for me. And I took it to Fort Mifflin. And this is the most profound sentence I ever got, which changed my view. And it's going to what you're saying now.
Okay, sure.
It said, I have it online. It said on my YouTube, on the Pups YouTube, this is not a game. I'm a person.
Very interesting.
Okay, now there's something that I wanted to touch on. Now, as you and me, let's say we were ghosts, right?
Okay.
Okay. And let's say somebody came in, and they're like, you this, you that, and you just want to talk to them.
Well, you mean
and
spirits,
like,
right?
Human.
If we were spirits.
Yeah, like let's say we were spirits, and a person came in, and they wanted to communicate, and they start provoking us and poking and prying, and we just want to make a point or share a story.
Right.
How long would it take you before you screamed in their face, "Stop it"?
Oh, I know. And see,
then
people
we become a demon.
Yeah.
All right. It's a human instinct. They were human. This is not a game. I'm a person.
I often say this.
You see what I mean?
Yes. In fact, I'm going to elaborate on what you just said. I'm going to amplify what you just said. I often say this. I say spirits are people too. They're just no longer with us on this side. And and that's basically the bottom line. And it's amazing how it's not only something you sense if you're capable of doing it, and you feel the different, I guess, I don't know. I think we're all untrained psychics. I don't know if you agree with that, but I think all of us have the ability.
Yeah, we are.
Well, I think whatever level we're on, if you can sense that, like this happened with me and my daughter, Chelsea. Shout out to Chelsea. Our beautiful daughter, me and Danielle's beautiful daughter. Shout out to Danielle, my wife of 29 years, best friend of 30.
Hi, Danielle.
But the bottom line is, you get what you take into it. You get back what you give. I mean, I can't express it any more than that. I've never been the guy. I've been with people that all they want to do is provoke because they actually are counting on what you just talked about to happen so that they can prove, there is something here, and then they call it a demon, when all it was the energy, negative energy they threw in there. It's being bounced right back to them, and they're, this is a demon.
Well,
and,
and
it went, not always. Yeah, sometimes.
Imagine.
But not always.
You hit the table. You get mad. You're a spirit. You hit the table because they're provoking you. Stop it. The whole table shakes, and suddenly it's a demon. Because people are still people.
That's
human
people
that just don't have a body.
Totally agree with that. Totally.
All right. So if you keep, you can only be nice for so long when somebody's yelling in your face.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's human nature, so to speak.
Well, here's the thing.
And if you're trying to make it's bad.
Right. Here's the thing. Bad. When you were alive, let's say you get one that died died very badly, and you go run in your mouth and you can't hold a candle to what they've been through. And you go in there and you're just all this and that and this and that. And probably like that movie Ghost, where the guy in the subway's kicking the can and he gets mad and he kicks the can harder. yeah,
Yep.
you start seeing doors slam and things like that. You might ought to try to calm the situation down and start asking your spirit
Yes.
guide to say, "Hey, look, man, can you know, this is getting kind of out of hand." You know, everybody's, "Oh wow, door slam." There might be more of a
I know.
reason why a door slammed. I mean, because, you know, I believe that when spirits get frustrated, and I know that's a human emotion, but whatever they call
Right.
it on the other side, and there's an interaction, whatever you want to call it, it may not be frustration. To us, that's the only way we can
Right.
quantify it. Maybe it's time to start asking your guide and the people that you're
Yep.
with to
Always.
try to try to turn the temperature down a little bit, because door slamming can go to shoving. And a great friend of mine, he's well, a great friend of mine, but I know him on Facebook, and I've got to talk to him
Right.
and messaged him. And his name's Vincent Lords. He's actually been
Okay.
on Ghost Adventures a lot, and he got
Okay.
shoved down a flight of steps in one of their episodes.
Ouch.
And I think he broke his leg or something, but he got shoved, and
Oh, well,
not
that sucks.
anything that he did.
Yep.
I guess it just, you know, maybe the temperature was up too high or something. But Vincent Lords, he's
Yeah,
a
probably.
magician, and he has his own team.
Hmm.
Really, really, really interesting how he was shoved. And if they can shove a
Yep.
door, they can shove a back, or they can hit the
Of
center
course
of
they
your
can.
knee. And do you? I got a question. Have you ever seen anyone get physically shoved or pushed or interacted with in a negative way? Not necessarily because they were doing anything
Wait,
wrong.
I got a story for you.
Sure, go
My
ahead.
daughter Jade, where the kids grew up at Fort Mifflin. Okay,
Okay, right.
and casemate Ford, there's a reputation of the guy who doesn't like or does like blondes. I don't know. It's like you give or take. Who
Mhm.
will grab a blonde by the arm or the hand, or you know
Mhm.
what I mean,
Right.
or interact with the blonde. When Jade dyed her hair blonde,
Right.
she comes into the casemate. We're in the casemate, and she's like, "Oh my god!" All of a sudden, someone, if they grabbed her arm had finger marks on it.
Bizarre.
Okay, and I'm like, this is how I handled the situation. I'm like, dude, it's Jade. She dyed her hair.
Oh wow. Hey, shout out to
So,
Mikey and Jade Terio.
oh yeah, shout out to two of them. The
Yeah.
crazy ones. I was with them all day today, so it was a good day.
You went on
Yep.
and had
But we,
kids.
yeah, right. Well, it was
Right.
good.
We
The
all
kids
did.
took
Most
mom
of
out
it.
today.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? For the day,
Exactly.
the kids took mom out. We went.
Right.
Me and Jade went and picked up Mikey, but they were raised, in Selma and Fort Mifflin. You know what I mean? So they're very in tune to the paranormal. You know,
Oh yeah.
the whole thing. But I mean, it was like a lot of a lot that I've seen. Like I've seen people maybe get pushed, but I noticed for myself. Okay, and I don't know if you have ever experienced this, but I'm noticing it more and more now. Did you ever go to like Walmart or like Target or even a supermarket? And you're doing your shopping. You're over to pick something up, and somebody walks in your direction. It feels like it's throwing you to the right.
I'm
I have
not
not had, and
personally.
I should talk to somebody about this. It feels
I'm
like a
not.
wall of energy is pushing me away from this person that's walking past me.
No, I've not felt that.
I have just, it's been increasing. Like I'll be doing something, and I'll be fine. 20 people will walk by. There'll be
Hmm.
nothing. Hi, how you doing? Blah, 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 whatever. And all of a sudden, I'm not paying attention. All of a sudden, I feel like a literal, like maybe it's my spirit guide. It could be like barrier wise or whatever it is, but it feels almost like the energy is pushing me to go to the right or left, whichever way they're coming from, and leave that area within at least a 10-foot range.
I tell you what,
Is
I've
that crazy?
no. It's. I mean, I can relate to that in a different way. I'll go ahead and tell you how I relate to something that I feel that it's not quite the same, but it is. There's actually been times where I've been somewhere and walking, and I feel like spider webs all over my face and the top of my head.
Oh,
And
I've had that
it
happen.
goes
Yeah, yeah.
through, like, this happened at Nickerson Sneed a bunch of times, and I kept feeling for him. There was none, but it's different if you're walking through the doorway and then someone behind you does, and they feel the same thing. Like Kimberly, our psychic, she
Yeah.
felt it. BJ, my little brother, and also our video guy on the team, he felt it.
Right.
So they're feeling these spider webs. I've had them go through me, and that's the feeling I get. That kind of, you feel literally like you've ever walked through spider webs or cobwebs. You feel that.
Yeah. Do you do the spider
I
web
have
dance?
been, I have been at places that no one, not even thinking about spirits or anything. I try to keep my mind closed so that I'm not turning my antennas
Yeah.
on all the time, and the interstate is one of
Right.
the worst places to be because so many people have died on it. So I'm really good. I've trained myself to close the doors, but sometimes it doesn't
Right.
matter. You're somewhere, and I feel this kind of not a push, but I literally feel like I've just walked through a wall of spider webs, and then I just
Wow.
kind of get this whatever feeling it was. It's just like for a fleeting moment, and I mean really fast. I feel something about what it was, and then it's gone. Has that ever
Then
happened to
it's
you?
gone. Yeah, I've got the spider web feeling a few times, and I've done the spider web dance in the middle of it because you know what I mean. Like what the hell?
Yes,
'Cause
yes,
it does feel like spider webs,
yes.
and then
That
there's nothing
yes,
there.
exactly. That's what happened
But I got the.
as
I
a
don't
kid
get
too.
the. I got the vibes. Maybe it's a spirit coming, touching you, or coming through you, or you're walking through. I don't know.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Or maybe it's the activity at a location. You know that happened. I don't know, but that has happened to me on occasion. But now it's changed to this. To this, everything's cool, and then all of a sudden, I feel the energy come off of somebody that will repel me somewhere else.
That is a
And
good. That's definitely.
that never happened.
That's interesting.
Well, you should talk to your psychic about it because I really don't. If you could ask her for me, you know what I mean? Because I've
Sure.
never had that happen, but it does happen on not with everybody. Like I said, I was at a concert, didn't happen to me once,
Wow, I'm
but
still.
then be in Target,
Hmm.
but something will happen where or Walmart, and just I don't even look. I'm trying to get vegetables or something, and I feel this thing, and I look, and there's somebody coming in my direction. I want to go the other way,
One way I
but I
like.
can feel it.
Yeah, you can feel it.
You
One
know?
thing I'd like to say is that a lot of times the reason I think, and this is just what I think, I don't know. That's the thing about the paranormal. People that go around saying they know it, they might want to start looking at other things because the whole thing about the paranormal is
I
that
know.
we don't know it. That it's the mystery
Nope.
aspect of it. But I've been to places that just walking around and someone's house or just somewhere where I'm picking up or delivering a load, and I'll feel it, I'll feel them, and I'm thinking, well, if it wasn't the place I'm at, maybe there was something here before that was built, and that I'm
Oh, hell
picking
yeah.
up the energies of things that are still wandering around because there's been new places that this has happened, and I'm thinking,
Right.
okay, well, there was something, a structure, and spirits are mostly in the air with me. Just something I'd let you know. I'm
Yep.
not actually walked completely through it, but when I say through it, it's through my head. And mostly it's
Right.
touching whatever energy is above me, because to me, spiritual energy seems to levitate above. They're not right there with
Right.
us. There are
Above ground
sometimes.
level.
Sometimes they are.
Above ground level.
Sometimes they are. Like
Yeah.
I have seen them at ground level, but those were residuals, and I'm sure of it, where they died
That's
right
what
where
I'm
they
thinking.
stood. But the spirits, the intelligent
They're above.
spirits, they're like
Yeah, they're above at least
they're
3 feet
above.
above ground level.
Well, I don't know
They're
how
above
many
at least
feet,
3
but I
feet.
know they are not.
I mean, I would
generally.
say from what I've seen,
Yeah.
they've been raised at least 3 feet up. They're not standing on the ground. You see what I mean? Like they're not standing there.
Wow.
They're above.
I got
Just
a
like
little.
you said, exactly.
I got a little history to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing a little digging while we were talking, and I want to get your
Right.
take on this. I'm on Selma Mansion's Wikipedia page, and I just come
Right,
across
okay.
something that I found really interesting, and I want to know if you knew about this. I'm going to read
ahead.
it to you, and then I'll get your take on it.
Okay.
It says Andrew Porter's sons, and Andrew Porter,
Yes.
were raised at Selma Mansion and went on to distinguished careers in law, politics,
Yes.
and government. His eldest son, Richard
Yes.
Porter, was president judge of the Third Judicial District of Pennsylvania. His second son, David Rittenhouse Porter, named for Andrew's
David.
friend and neighbor, served as governor of Pennsylvania from 1839 to 1845.
Yes.
His third son, George Bryan Porter, was appointed governor of Michigan Territory by President Andrew Jackson. Andrew's youngest son, James Madison Porter, was Secretary
Madison Porter.
of War under President John Tyler and founder of Lafayette College in Easton. Porter's
Yes.
grandson, Civil War Brevet Brigadier General Horace Porter, was the aide de
Yes.
camp and personal secretary to Ulysses S. Grant. and was
Yes.
ambassador to France from 1897 to 1905, while his granddaughter, Eliza Porter, married Robert Todd. Shout out to Terry Todd of Voices Carry. He is this is his family. Terry Todd is actually related to Robert Todd, and he gave birth to a daughter, Mary Todd. So, actually, another paranormal researcher that I've been on their show, Terry Todd, a great friend of mine, his ancestor was tied into this family. His granddaughter, Liza Parker, married Todd, Robert Todd. So his granddaughter, Porter's granddaughter, Eliza, married Robert Todd, and they had Mary Todd, the wife of eventual U.S. President Abraham Lincoln. What do you think about all that?
Yes, exactly. I knew about that. Yeah, I knew about all of this. I know about all this history. I mean, it's just so complicated to go into. But they missed a kid.
Oh, did they?
Wait a minute. John Ewing Porter.
Who?
Okay.
Who was it?
John Ewing Porter.
No, he's not even listed.
I know. Because John Ewing Porter, I don't know what fallout he had with his father, but then he dropped the Porter name and kept the Ewing name and went on and lived in New Jersey or some shit. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Insane.
But no. All right. But still in all, they that's a really good. I mean, that's a real good connection. That's why it's highly important that Selma Mansion continues its historical aspect as well as the paranormal aspect, especially on the Marine Day, the day it was founded, things like that to celebrate Porter. Like we used to have a lot of reenactments. We had the Civil War reenactment there. We used to have the Fort Mifflin. Mary, shout out to Mary. She used to come and do displays from the fort over to Selma. It's very important to have a historical thing there at Selma because the history is so intense and it should be honored.
And that's actually,
you know what I mean?
That's what I thought you were going to say. To me, when I was reading that, as you were talking, it made me realize just how very important this building is. And if they're not taking care of it, they should take heed and begin to try to preserve it. Because our history is a lesson to us all through the generations. As long as it's there, as long as you keep the history there so that people can learn from it. But when it's gone, it's gone forever.
Yep, I know. And that's the thing. Want to keep it where, you know what I mean, up to par and up to still standing. You know what I mean? This is a place in history that should be honored just like anywhere else. Like, you know what I mean? It should have that status where it's preserved and to its fullest extent. Like preserved where the historical renovations should be done to the fullest extent there. So if anybody's listening that knows anybody that can get your ass out there and help, it would be greatly appreciated. If there's, you know what I mean, historic architects, anything that could, you know what I mean, do that because it's needed. You know what I mean? We had a lot done, and they've had some done. So we just got to keep it rolling.
I'm thinking that, and I'm typing here, I am trying to find a website, and you may know some if you want to plug them, but Preserve Selma Mansion Norristown.
It's Norristown It's NorristownPreservationSociety.org.
Wow, you are you are spot on, young lady. Yep. You nailed it. It came right up. Wow, I love their badge. It's very cool. Okay. It's in Latin too.
That's where you go if you want to donate to Selma. If you want to do a historic event there, if you want to do anything, contact Russell. I believe so, at Selma Mansion at NorristownPreservationSociety.org. Send them an email. If you want to donate, send an email, contact the Preservation Society and do so because it really needs your help, Everything we can get. Keep it. Same with Fort Mifflin. Go to www.fortmifflin.us and you will be able to see that. And, James Madison Porter before that you read that became the governor and everything. He's the one who raised the garrison at Fort Mifflin.
Oh, wow. I thought I remembered.
You have to look. Yeah.
I remember that name. I was thinking, I have seen.
Yep.
I have seen that name, and I'm like, well, there's the Porter. So, it was a very small town in them days. And, I'm seeing this right now. It is definitely still going on. The Norristown Preservation Society combining passion and professionalism, and my Latin's rusty, But I'm pretty sure I'm reading the Latin here. It says amicus pro antiquus. That means friends of the old, or something to that. Friends of the old, or friend, because I know a little Latin.
Yes.
So
history,
amicus
maybe,
pro, history, friends of history. Okay, that's great.
I think.
And I'm thinking my Latin's rusty.
Yep.
It really is.
Yep, you got to go there. Do you want to get involved? Do you want to have an event there? You want to investigate there? Contact NorristownPreservationSociety.org and let them know.
So that is the same group that is taking care of Mifflin as well, I'd assume, right?
No,
nope.
That would be www.fortmifflin.us, and that is the old Fort Mifflin Historical Society that takes care of Fort Mifflin, and they're very, very good. They're extremely good. You know what I mean? That they've been around, but you can just find them through www.fortmifflin.us.
Well, I got one more question for you before we go.
What?
What do you think? And this is just, this is like off my brain. Just saying, I'm going to ask her this while I've got her on here. Why do you think there are spirits? What makes you believe that? Why do you think they're still hanging around? Do you think it's? Well, I'm not gonna tag that.
Hanging around.
I'm just gonna.
I don't know if it's a dimensional thing. I'm not sure. Every time I ask them where they are, they say right here, and I don't see them.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a parallel universe. I don't know if we just don't know. We don't know. How's that? We have no clue.
And that's exactly my answer. We have no clue. I guess we can all take our own tiny brain and try to.
Can I
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to give a shout out to my co-host Jason Pemberfoot on Scanning the Frequencies, which is every other Monday on Live Paranormal, www.liveparanormal.com, and a shout out to Seven Breedlove, or AKA Stefan, who's taking a hiatus to work on some projects right now as our other host. Okay, and I want to give a shout out to Ricky LaFontaine. Okay, who has his own. Oh, God, he just changed the name. Paranormal Truth Seekers of the Unknown, and you can find them on Facebook.
Okay, and I'm sorry. I meant to ask. I'm so sorry. Yes, Lisa's back. She's got Scanning the Frequencies on liveparanormal.com. Live Paranormal's been very good to me over the years. Shout out. Shout out to John Temperilli and Sophia Temperilli and Shirley Temperilli. They interviewed me in 2013 on Sophia's Ghost Host show. It's one of my early interviews, and it was a great interview, and I really enjoyed talking with them in Live Paranormal. I'm actually an official Live Paranormal family member, according to them. And it's on my website, fabiantrahan.com. That's
okay. Look at shout out to the owner of Live Paranormal, boss man Rob.
Rob,
okay, Rob,
yes.
And
he's been
Rob
good.
And Nikki. Okay, shout out to them. I love them. I did their show last week.
And congratulations on your show. We got really to talking about everything else, but I did mean to bring in Scanning the Frequencies, and I look forward to being a guest if I can ever find a Monday night.
Oh, you're coming back! Hell yeah! Oh yeah! We'll get you set up.
So I've got to find time for that because I'm 6 days a week, and this is my only day off Sunday.
Know.
But I'm doing a Ren Fair. I am coming back as early as possible, but I don't know. Maybe you can do a pre-recorded interview with me, and just if you want to.
I might be able to do that.
If you can ask them if they're okay with it. Well, Lisa, it has been fantastic. I love you. Give my best to the family.
I love you too.
Yeah, and you guys
just give my best.
Y'all be careful and safe, and hang in there. And be positive. And here's one I'm going to leave with you. Be perspicacious.
Okay.
that means having acute understanding without fear of the future.
You're right. That's what I got right now, so I'm working on it.
All right. Well, I love you, sweetie.
Thank you
and thank you so much.
You
thank you. This has been a great discussion.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye. That was Lisa Terio of Pennsylvania Underground Paranormal Society and Scanning the Frequencies on liveparanormal.com. This is the Paris Sanctum podcast, part of the Trahan Internet Radio Network. Ectophobia Radio. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time to listen to the live broadcast. I also want to tell each and every one of you to stay tuned and please continue to support and listen to the Parasanctum podcast. There is a lot more coming out in the future, and thank you again so very much for everyone that is a part of this. This is episode 22, The Spirits of Selma Mansion. I hope you take care with whatever it is that you're doing. Talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.